Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our founder and promoter, Barry Berman, co-founder and promoter, Shannon Berman-Pascal, Q-Master Billiards, and our signature sponsors, Aramuth, Simonis, and Diamond, we'd like to welcome you to the final day of the 38th U.S. Open 9-Ball Championships, coming to you from the Chesapeake Marriott in Chesapeake, Virginia, live in the Accu-Stats Arena. We're down to our last 4 players. On the outer table, we have Mr. Fine and Mr. Corteza playing the 3rd, 4th place match for the right to continue. We're about to play the hot seat match right here. The winner of this match proceeds directly to the finals tonight at 7 p.m. for the right to play for the championship. I'd like to also inform you that special rules are in effect here on the last day. So our races are still to 11 at this time, but the winning player must win by 2 racks clear, and the match is capped at 13 games. So if it gets to 12-12, we will have 1 game left to decide the winner. You can win 11-9, 12-10, or 13-12. There's a 40-second shot clock in effect for this match, and at this time I'd also like to especially say thank you on behalf of all of the people here on the staff, all of the players, and everybody involved with this production for every one of your support for helping make this such a great event once again. Thank you so very much. All right, let's get ready to battle. Our first player, one of 2 players so far who has yet to taste defeat. He has rapidly risen to the top of the pool charts here in the short time he's been playing in the USA, and he's going to be a household name if he isn't already. He comes to us from Glasgow, Scotland. Already he's had runner-up finishes in both the Jay Swanson and Chet Ito Memorial tournaments, and he is an absolute fearless player. He's sponsored by Steinway Billiards, Lucasi Hybrid, and Kamui. How about a great U.S. Open welcome for Eagle Eye? It's Jayson Shaw. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And his opponent from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. This December, this gentleman will be representing Team USA on the Mosconi Cup for the 8th time. His long list of accomplishments in 7 or 8 short years include 2 Turning Stone 9-Ball championships, 4 times he's won Diamond 10-Ball championships. He's a 2-time U.S. Bar Table All-Around champion. He's a 2-time Derby City 9-Ball, 1-Pocket, and Master of the Table champion. And as we all know, he is a 2-time and defending U.S. Open 9-Ball champion. He's sponsored by Q-Tech. We call him the South Dakota Kid. It's Shane Van Boening. Good luck, players. Race to 11, rack your own 40-second shot clock. At this time, I would like to turn it over to our world-class commentators, Hall of Famer Danny Diliberto and Jimmy Weish. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Well, thank you. Day 7. Ken Schumann, you've done a terrific job out there introducing all the matches all week long. Boy, he'll have a well-deserved rest when this is all over, eh, Danny?
Yeah, he really works hard. And he is good every time, not just this time. And he's my dear friend and a good person.
170 players started out, 4 remain. The hot seat match, race to 11, win by 2. It's capped at 13. And a dry break to start things out for Jayson Shaw.
And usually, whatever happens right away is an indication of how they're going to break. Now, today, it might have got fickle.
You know, you and I were out there chatting and watching the players warm up. And actually, I say players, player. I never saw Shane hit a ball for the time we were sat out in the arena. He just sat and watched Jayson bashing the balls around.
Yeah, he did.
And in all the times that they were practicing, not once did the players rack the balls and hit a few practice breaks. Not once.
Well, he's got a billiard here. It's just going to be a case of where does the 1 ball go. This is like billiard players, straight rail billiards, they got to know where all the balls are going. So here, when you make this 6, you got to know where the 1's going to go. Get what I mean? Now he's got a cut on. I like banking the 1 perpendicular and billiarding the 9. It's a free shot, I think. See the shot? Bank the 1 perpendicular to the end rail, billiard the 9, and it should be free.
Danny, he likes it too.
I don't blame him. Let's see what the result is. Well, he tried to hit it on the high side because he thought it would billiard off the ball. So he didn't just play accuracy to hit the 9 right in. He tried to knock it in off the ball.
Well, Jason's having a look at the 1-4 combination. Obviously, the 1 goes into the other corner pocket, but the 1-4, he's just lining it up right now, so it's not set into that corner pocket. But this is a chance, and he should be able to control both the 1 and the cue ball.
Yeah, it's a good shot because just shooting the 1, you would have never got to the 2. Well, he's going to have to watch Shane operate now, although Shane doesn't have a real good shot at the 1. He could bank it at the hanging 4 ball. He's trying to cut it right in, though, man. He can slice the ball, I'll tell you that.
If you're a fan of pool, you have to be a fan of Shane Van Boening. He just plays the game, doesn't get involved in any of the politics.
And he loves it. Well, he hit that a little bit hard. That was the wrong rail position. But he's got another cut on the 2. The 3-4 won't be a problem. Got to make the 2. What a hit.
Looking to become only the 4th player to win back-to-back U.S. Open championships. The first 3 being Nick Varner, Mika Immonen, and Darren Appleton.
And Darren Appleton competed in this tournament, but the field was overwhelming, and he didn't get there this time. Great player. He didn't get there. But you could play great and not win with these people. But the first time I saw Shane was in the U.S. Open. He was 24 years old, played like a veteran, and won the tournament. Where are you going?
He's bumped the 7 a little safer than it was. Still in the open, though.
Well, especially where the 5 is. That'll help get to the 7. Well, he wanted to get straight. He got a little angle. I don't think it's going to lead him right to the 7. He would have liked to got straight in. Then he could have went to the 7 in the corner or the side. Well, he had enough straightness on that, if there's such a word. Very good.
Well, Jayson has been sat in Shane's chair. He hasn't moved over to his seat yet.
Well, he didn't want to move while Shane was shooting. Didn't want to shark him.
And it'll be Van Boening who's going to secure the first rack. A couple early chances from both players. But the South Dakota Kid gets the last laugh in the first one. 1-0 he leads. The race to 11 has started.
Well, anyway, for you people out there who don't know what shark means, it's a distraction. The word shark means you distracted your opponent, which is not very gentlemanly, and no pool player sharks is... I gotta laugh. I'm sorry.
It's never happened before. Never been documented.
We wrote an article on Ronnie Allen, who was the #1 sharker of all time. I could talk about him because he passed away recently, and we miss him. Real character of the game.
Second rack. And the cut
Wing
break.
ball. Wing ball. Where are you, one? There you are.
Nice open look for Shane. Ball made off the break.
2-ball hanging. Now all he has to do is make the 1 and not snooker himself on the 2, and the 2 is an easy shot. And the 3 isn't far away from being easy.
He can use the 4 here and hold position to the 2.
That's what he did, but he didn't make the ball.
Well, you don't see Shane miss many open pots like that, do you?
No. That's a Canadian terminology, by the way, when they say he pots good. It means he's a straight shooter. Okay, he got his nose right on the table. What do you think he was looking at? Just get out in the middle and you're fine. Good enough. And he got a good angle to go right to the 3 now.
Plays very quick when he's in form. He wastes little time. Jayson Shaw just gets down and lets it fly. You'll get a few examples of that during this match.
Well, he must be in form because he's one of 2 players undefeated yet. This gets position automatically. Just make the ball, which he did.
I'll tell you the best storyline for me of this A-side final is the fact these 2 are rooming together.
Oh, that is funny.
I said to Shane this morning.
Uh-oh. Wow. Okay, go ahead. What
I said to Shane this morning when I saw him, I said, did you guys still room together last night? And he kind of frowned at me. So I was wondering which of them got the better sleep. And I was saying to Pat Fleming, you know, if I was rooming with a guy that I was playing in a major event, and I have in the past in my travels, the last thing you talk about is the match.
Of course not.
I think Pat thought the first they'd be talking about the match all night.
Well, if I were staying in the room with the guy I'm playing the finals with, I would learn how to snore.
Not very good position to the 7, so
No.
he's going to have to make a tougher shot here, and that means the cue ball is going to be traveling too.
I think he's going to go 4 rails. I don't like 1 rail. I think 4 rails, right? There it is, 1, 2. He didn't hit the 4th rail yet. Well, he got all right here. Position is automatic.
Yeah, similar shot to the one that Shane missed in this rack.
You're right.
Well, he didn't return the favor. But what he did return is the rack. 1-1. And Jayson Shaw will break for the second time in rack number 3.
They call him Eagle Eye.
He wants to send his regards back to all his friends and the owners at Steinway Billiards in New York. Soon be the house pro there. When he goes back, they'll certainly welcome him and roll out the red carpet. He's represented them very well.
Jim, you said you never were there. It's a beautiful pool.
No, I haven't, but New York is my wife's favorite city, Danny, and I'm sure we'll make our trip down to New York while we're still young. I'll stop in and say hi to the folks at Steinway. Maybe look for Jayson. Quick break, 1 into the side.
Where are you 2? There you are. Oh, he's okay here. Look at this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 combination. I don't like to talk like it's automatic because we have duffers watching and I don't want to discourage them. But players like this, shortly he should be playing that combination. All he has to do is make the 2 and stop there, and he'll have a little angle on the 3 to get to the 4. You get close to your next ball and make position easier.
Scott Frost on the left and the Scorpion just to the right.
Well, he didn't get straight enough here. He's not going to hold the ball unless he wants to go 2 rails, which makes speed real tough. He wanted to get straight in on this ball, but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't cue that one as well
Not
as
at all.
what we're accustomed to from Jayson. He kind of bludgeoned it.
You know, he's not going to fall on the combination here, folks, unless he goes 2 rails. But he said, heck with the combination. I'm just going to run him.
Terrific shot from Jayson Shaw.
Great.
And I'll tell you what this is doing. This is really punishing Shane Van Boening for that miss early in the last rack. And if you're going to have any chance to unseat the defending champion, you do have to take advantage of the mistakes because they're at a premium from Van Boening.
Well, just remember, people, that the loser of this match is not out of the tournament. He still can do some bad stuff on the loser side.
2-1. The man from Glasgow. Now making New York City his home.
Is that how you pronounce it? Glasgow? A soft S? Not Glasgow?
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Tough city. I was telling you the other day.
Yeah, it's a port city.
I played there in 1975 as an amateur representing Canada when we toured the UK in snooker, part of a 5-man amateur team from Canada, and we met the mayor there, and the mayor himself was a boxing champion.
Don't mess with the mayor.
The Lord Mayor.
But it probably is a tough place to get out with the money if you win, unless you have a boat.
Tough town, Danny. You'd have
I love it.
You'd have fit in very nicely.
I love it.
Rack number 4.
Pretty good break.
And a 2-1 advantage. One
went in.
2 sitting nice. 3 there. Wow, this is
Oh,
a nice
boy.
start for Jayson.
Well, the 4 to the 5 could be a little bit of a problem. Got the right angle, but you need an angle on the 4 now, and you got to avoid that corner pocket because that's the path you're going.
This is the big shot in this rack.
Yeah, you need an angle.
He's
I
not
think
going to have much, and he knows
he's
it.
going to be straight.
Well, he's going to have to show us a little cue power here. I think
Yeah.
he can spin this and get
He
out.
has power. I think he can force it 1 rail between the 7 and 8, but he's going to have to pound it. Pound it means shoot hard, of course. That's what he did, and he got there.
He's a fierce competitor, Jayson Shaw. Even though you talk to him, he's so easygoing and affable.
Well, everybody's pick here is Shane Van Boening, but Jayson thinks he can beat him.
You have to. You don't go into a match believing you're playing for second place. You have to have that
You're right.
positive attitude.
You're right.
Because at the end of the day, in this game, it doesn't matter who's sitting in the other chair. You do your job.
I don't like that shot. He could have hit the cue ball high and got a little closer and better, but if he makes this, he's going to be out. He made it all right, and he got pretty good, especially being left-handed.
Well, you're starting to see a little sample of what Johnny Archer had to fade on this table when Jayson knocked out the Scorpion.
Yeah, he played real good on Johnny. From behind also. He looked dead, and all of a sudden he got in gear.
Well, that's 3 in a row. Eagle Eye beat Oscar Dominguez in the last round, and then, as I said, knocked Archer up, beat another world champion, world 10-ball champion, Huji C from the Netherlands, and Tommy Kennedy, a former U.S. Open champion. Boy, he's gone through the field here, as Jayson.
1 ball. 5 ball. Tough cut on the 2, but he can get help from where the 3 is sitting. Yeah, if he makes this 2 cleanly, he'll have position on the 3.
Well, that's an illegal break.
3 balls total pocketed.
3 balls have to go by the 2 side pockets. The 2 balls pocketed count as 2 going by the side pockets. They were the only 2, so that's an illegal break, and the first one we've seen on the match table.
Well, wherever it began and who commenced it, I'm against it. I think you make balls on the break, it should be a legal break. And I stole that line from a Marx Brother movie. See what I meant about the 3? Except it didn't help him.
Well, I think Jayson can get through this. He had a quick glance, and
Well, he can hit it for sure. What do you do here? I like the 1 rail, the 2 to the end rail, and make a soft billiard on the 9 myself. See what he wants to do. He wants to bank the ball in. That's what he wants to do and get position. Man, he is giving out a message here, isn't he?
he's kind of giving Shane a little of his own medicine. Shane's used to inflicting this sort of pain.
Yeah.
Treating his opponent with no respect. That's just how he plays. There's no disrespect meant. Trust me, these 2 know each other and they're good pals. Otherwise, they wouldn't be rooming together. That's just the way Jayson Shaw plays the game.
But will they be good pals tonight? He's not taking much time. This is his style.
4 in a row and a 4-1 advantage. For me, Shane had to be a favorite. Not a big favorite, but a slight favorite coming into this match. That was pretty well the underlying feeling.
Let's see that rule they just called.
About the illegal break. Well, there's the 2. The 2 passed. The 4 passed. And 2 of them went in. I'm not quite sure how that was an illegal break.
I don't see it. You know, once the ball goes past the side and hits the end rail, it doesn't matter where it comes to rest. It did go past the side.
And
bad call.
You know something? What they have to do, if they're not sure, they've got to take a look at the monitor and reaffirm how many balls went past the middle. So I hope that we don't see a mistake like that again. It didn't prove costly this time because
the right guy won.
The right guy won, but Danny, it could.
I understand, but here's the rule with that. ACCUSTATS is not allowed to have an opinion unless they ask.
Well, then they're supposed to ask because there's too much money at stake.
That was a big mistake. You're right. Okay, I mean, he's got a cut on the 1. It isn't easy, especially falling on the 2. There are obstructions.
And he can't see it to the right-hand corner, only to the left, but this is thin.
Yeah, he's going to be flying around here. I don't know if he can control this. Well, he made the ball. Where are you? Well, he's going to have a shot. He's going to have a shot. This is sort of the shot he missed earlier.
Yeah, into a blind pocket. You know he wants to fire at this. He's got a very easy safety just rolling up behind the 6, but you know Shane Van Boening, and he's got to try and regain the initiative in this match.
Well, I think your mindset changes depending on... If you were ahead 4-1, you might consider a safe, but when you're behind, you want to get those games back.
And fast.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have position if he doesn't miss. The balls are all out in the open.
In prime position.
Great, he'd like to get straight in on the 6, but he has a little angle on the 5. He might have to hit the rail to get straight in on the 6. He can't just kill it there. That's what he did. So getting straight in on the 6 gives you great position on the 7.
Shane went through quite a field as well, getting through to this A-side final. Beat Chris Melling, Jeremy Sose, Danny Mastermaker, Fabio Petroni, good young player from
Rome.
Kuwait, Omar Al-Shaheen. He's gone through a handful of talent as well as Van Boening, as you'd expect in this event. You don't back into U.S. Open titles. You got to go in through the front door. And an important rack for Van Boening. He had lost the last 4, and now at 4-2 and breaking, he'd like to stick a few good breaks in. And looking around, we pointed out that Scott Frost and Johnny Archer there. I know that we saw that very good young player from China, Wang Can. He's in the crowd here somewhere. 19 years of age. Remember that young man's name. He's a player.
Well, back to Scott Frost. He was sick and in the hospital 3 days this week. That's why he's out of the tournament.
Yeah, he had issues with his teeth. He had an infection, didn't he, Danny?
Right. 3 days in the hospital.
2 balls down, but no joy on the 2 for Van Boening.
No, he doesn't have a shot at it. And then once again, tie up a ball. I would shoot the 3 onto the 4. I mean, where are you going to push, Jim? You can't snooker yourself. Oh, he left an edge. Well, you could bank at this. But I wouldn't shoot this. He wants to shoot. He's afraid that Shane is going to make anything. There was a kiss there. He might not know that. He had to spin that to the left to avoid the kiss. He left the shot in the side. Can he shoot the 2 in the side without hitting the 3? Probably not.
And you will hear some applause from the other table in behind us. That's the Niels Fye and Levan Corteza match. The loser here will play the winner of that match. And Danny,
He made them both.
You've already alluded to the fact that the loser of this match is not out. He just gets bumped where he's got to take the uphill path to the final. Perfect position on the 4, nice angle. He can slide the cue ball across the middle of the table. Play the 5 into his choice of pockets.
And in reality, you only have to win one of the next 2 matches to be in the final of this tournament.
That was a weak effort from Shane. He just
50-yard line.
Yeah, non-committed. He just kind of half hit it as Jayson looks on. And I mean, this is a type of shot. Shane missed one like this in the second rack into a blind pocket. Can't afford to miss it again.
And he didn't.
The mistake from Jayson Shaw, capitalized by Van Boening.
Well, you don't want to let a guy like Shane get to the table because you might be sitting 3 or 4 racks because he's very capable.
And 4-3 with Van Boening breaking. I think everybody here expected this to be close. Probably like most people, gave Van Boening the slight edge. I just forgot to tell Jayson.
Jason's been talking all day that he can win. He feels confident, and he likes his end of winning.
Yeah, he's in a good place, Danny. You can tell talking to him.
Yep.
Rack number 8.
Wow, he took something off the break. Oh, look at this. He made 2 balls. Got a little tricky shot on the 1 because the 2 looks like it's tied up now.
Balls aren't really breaking the way that they did for Shane midweek. He played a couple other matches on this table. And I mean, he owned the table. He owned the break. But he wasn't using the cut break then. He was using the kind of that sledgehammer break dead on. We almost felt sorry for the balls.
Yeah, but he's been watching, and I think he realizes that maybe taking a little bit off the break is better. 2 is tricky here. I don't know if it goes in the far corner, but he hit him. Great shot. All right, you play the combination 2-8 or the billiard 2-8? How about no combination, just play position? Good decision. He will make great decisions.
And possible 6-8 combination now. Just roll through with the 4. Tough to tell if he's got the angle. If he's got the angle, he can drop onto it to the same pocket.
Well, let's see where he winds up. No, he didn't want that because if you don't hit the 8 right, you could lose the 6 because the 8's not hanging in the middle of the pocket. Well, he's all right here. He's got to miss the 9 going 1 rail, I believe. Missed the pocket. Well, there he didn't mess with hitting the 9 or the pocket. When you got the 8 hanging, you could shoot the 7 anywhere. No position to play. Great speed.
And a terrific run out. Remember, he had to open the 2 up off the 1.
Yep.
Yeah, that was tremendous stuff. That was a little bit more Van Boening-like. Well,
Happy crowd enjoying themselves.
Yeah, being treated to a quality match. But just to remind you, you've got to win by 2. If they get to 10-10, you've got to win by 2. And it's capped at 13, so at 12-12, it would be 1 rack to decide who would be into the final later tonight. But no chump change up for offer here either. 30,000 to the overall winner, 15,000 to the runner-up. Both players here guaranteed third place, which comes with a $10,000 payday. And then 4th place, $7,000.
Well, he made a few balls on the break. He's got a shot on the 1, very thin, maybe rail first. And then how do you get to the 2?
Pretty consistent theme for Van Boening. He's getting balls on the break, but he's just not dropping ideally on the 1, even though he manufactured a great run out in the last rack.
Okay, do you shoot here, Jim?
I think he's looking to push, isn't he, Danny? He can flick that one off the bottom cushion, or
But
top cushion as we look.
Position is dangerous. You want to make the right decision here because the balls are all open. I think he wants to shoot. I think he's going to hit rail first and try to pocket the 1. Position will be very difficult that way. Well, it didn't reach. He didn't have position anyway. I don't think, but he might have. It doesn't matter now because he didn't make the 1. Shaw is waving in air with his left hand.
Yeah, and Jayson, a chance to pocket this. If he goes to the right-hand side of the table, he can hit it from the left hand. I'm right behind it, so that 6 isn't in the way. But from the right-hand side, he can make it.
He's got a kick between the balls. He hit it anyway. Well, he left the bank. No bargain leaving the bank, but he did leave a bank. I don't think Van Boening could shoot this in the side with any success.
Shane looking for his third U.S. Open crown. As we mentioned, won the event last year. And I always say the road to the title goes through the defending champion.
Well, he banked the ball, and he does have a shot at the 3. And position falls with it. You got to pocket the ball. He's going to go 2 rails to the side rail, try to get straight in on this 4 ball. Oh, he didn't want to roll it. So he hit it with a little authority, and he went a little further distance, but doesn't matter. He fell on the ball. People love it. Very good shot. Very good shot.
Danny, you remember when Shane won his first U.S. Open crown? You and I commentated the final back in 2007. All week long, if there was ever an open table, you knew who was on it.
Right. I told you, I got up 4 in the morning. He was practicing. He loves the game. He never lost intensity. And that was, I believe he was 24 years old, and first place at the time, I think, was 50,000. And that was really a tall order for a young man with the best players in the world, but he went right through the field. I think he's going to go 3 rails now to the 8. I don't think he can go 1 or 2. I think he has to hit the side rail and go 3 rails, but a hair right-hand English. No, he went 2 rails. Watch out, pocket. Man, that was dangerous and a good shot there.
Speed was everything on that shot.
Beautiful.
Well, he was hit with 4 in a row from Jayson Shaw, and he hits right back, reestablishing that 1-rack lead, 5-4 to our defending champion.
Very good match so far. People are not getting gypped. Kenny doing his job.
Rack number 10.
Took something off again, and it's working. He only made 3 balls that time. You don't have to hit them hard, folks.
The very first match that we did, players were crunching the break and nothing was going in. And right away, Danny, you suggested that they take a little off the break.
And I was sort of right. Look what he's doing. I mean, he hardly hit those. Make the 1, you got the 4. He'll be on his horse again. Yeah, he missed earlier in the match, but I think he's not missing anymore. Because he got way behind with that miss. One rail with a little reverse that avoided hitting the 4-1 rail.
Jayson played that one poor safety way back when on the 2.
And he's getting punished.
Well, since then, all he's had to do is kick when he's come to the table. Shane very much dictating the pace of this match now. And the lead goes to 2 racks, 6-4. And there's a little rumbling in the crowd, too, that's detectable now. They're starting to sense something because Van Boening is very capable of just seizing this match by the scruff of its neck and running away with it. And everyone's just wondering if that's not exactly what he's going to do. With a 2-rack lead.
Once again, the wing ball goes in, another ball on the side. He's got a combination. Got a lot of controlling to do here because it's got a little cut to it.
Yeah, Jason's not shaking his head. He's got to stay positive and just wait for the opportunity. Be ready when if it arrives.
Well, he's got to make the 6, I believe, go 2 rails to where the 1 will be sitting. You know, I'm making it sound like it's easy, but it isn't. I think that's the way you go here. No, he used a little reverse. He's going to get punished for that. I like going 2 rails around. It was a little bit less risky. Now, his march could be slowed down right here.
Well, he's getting the jump cue out, and he's tall. We've seen him play a few jump shots already on this main table. Jason's looking over at me, and he's kind of shrugging his shoulders as if to say, well, what are you going to do? Is this going to be my chance?
He's hoping it will be.
You have to elevate here. Being tall doesn't hurt.
I imagine he'll make this.
And look at the shape of the 2. Wow.
People love that. People love that.
Well, you have to be impressed.
Well, Jayson was getting ready to get up, but he's back comfortable in his chair watching like everyone else is.
And from a psychological perspective, that was a body blow he's going to have to fade because he was halfway out of his chair, expecting an opportunity.
Very nice shot here. He played for the side. He didn't want to hit rails. Speed was automatic like this. He will make the right decisions. Almost every time.
You know, when he's in this kind of mood, there's nobody on the planet that can live with him.
You're right.
And the beat goes on. 6 in a row. 7-4 is lead now.
Hey, let's see that jump shot again on the 1 ball.
Well, Danny, you ask for it. And
Here we go.
ACCUSTATS deliver. And
It's a wow.
how about the position after?
Yeah, the cue ball kept rolling again, even on the replay.
Three racks clear now.
Wing ball again. Didn't make the ball on the side, but 1's enough if
Well,
you got a shot, but he
and
doesn't have
the
one.
2 coming to Jayson Shaw's aid.
It's like you said, he's breaking them okay, but he's not getting a clear shot at the 1 sometimes. But meanwhile, he's won 6 in a row after losing 4 in a row.
Shane's going to have to be careful here where he pushes. Jayson is just perked up in his chair. There's a wall of colors there.
Where do you push? There's where he pushes. He's going to dare him. He left an edge on the 1. Is that good enough for Jayson to get up and shoot?
Yeah, I think Jayson shoots here.
Yeah, what happens?
Banks the 1 over near the 8 and the 7 and just lets the cue ball float down by the corner.
Very good call.
But he had to find cover there. He'd have been unlucky if he didn't.
So, in other words, Shane made a bad push.
It was a pretty easy safety, Danny, I think. The only thing Shane was probably banking on is it wasn't going to be quite as good as this. He's only got a 2-cushion escape. He's looking at the 1 cushion. The 1 cushion for me is a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, but if you're him, you don't want to hit the 7-8 because that could be a problem for Shaw.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I would have gone 2.
Yeah, let's see what he does. He made the 7, and he's going to get position.
Yeah.
Folks, that is kind of lucky. Don't think he played that. But you could think it if you want, because he's a great player. Meanwhile, he's back on his horse.
Yeah, that's a tough one for Jayson to have to swallow.
Well, they're rooming together. He can always smother him later on at night with the pillow. I'm only kidding, folks.
Well, so just, a little cold water. Don't have to smother the guy, but you can at least get even.
Yeah, do something. Perfect position here. Come back a little bit, shoot the 3 in the same pocket. He pockets so well. Billy and Cardona matched up with him a bunch of times gambling. He said, how do you beat a guy that never misses? Well, Shaw is finding that out right now. Just perfect, perfect, perfect. Falling on the balls.
And Shane's going to be around for a long time yet.
Yeah. What is he, about 31 or something?
8-4.
We're going to show a replay. Yeah, we're going to watch the kick where he made the 7 in the side. He was hoping to get a safe out of it. Instead, he made the 7, billiarded the 8 with the 1, and then knocked the 7 straight in the side, and he's still running balls. Wing ball again. Oh, where are you, 1? I don't know. Can you get by the 2 and cut the 1 in?
It's close. Might be able to spin it and make the 1. Very close.
If not, he can hit the 1 straight on and stop the cue ball, and the 1 should go 3 rails. Except he's got to cut at the ball. He's got a shot. He made it. I don't think he wanted to hit the 2, and there's the reason. And I always teach people, don't hit balls that already go somewhere, because you could only make them worse.
No, I think he had to spin it, Danny, and I think that cost him the shape there.
Yeah.
Probably didn't want to go into the 2, but he had no choice. Well, here comes that jump cue again. What bit of Van Boening magic are we going to be treated to this time? Or is Jayson Shaw?
He's jumping and trying to make a bank, because if he makes the bank, the cue ball is going to glance for the 3. No. He just wanted to make sure he hit it. Well, and he snookered him.
It almost seems unfair.
It is. It is. I'll tell you, when a guy gets lucky and I were in the stands, I wouldn't applaud him, which doesn't change the game. Here comes the jump. You saw him jump on Archer.
Twice. Speared it in both
very
times.
Successful. But the thing about the jump here, even if he makes the ball, I doubt him getting position on the 3.
Yeah, and that's why the jump, there's no value.
None at all. But he's going to jump. Hope he hits it. Got to get over the 7. Full jump. He overcut it. Where you going, 1? Where you going, cue ball? Well, he left some kind of a shot, but there's no bargains here. He can cut the 2 in, but where will the cue ball stop?
Yeah, straight over, and he's got
Yeah.
that wall of colors there.
See-
That was sitting nice for that shot.
That's why he's such a great player. You know, he knows when to shoot and when to play safe. Perfect. Now here we come with Jayson jump again.
Looks like a jump kick. He's jumping to the rail, trying to make the 2 in the side.
He made it in the other. No, it went wide. Oh,
And you hear the crowd saying, "Good try, Jayson." They want to see some more pool. They don't
Well,
want
they're
Shane to
gonna.
run away and hide.
well, Shane is going to show you some pool here. Because when he makes this 2, he's going to have a shot at the 3. Might even bump the 5 a little bit. No, he didn't have to mess with the 5, but look at this shot. He'll go 2 rails to the 4 in the side. Well, he went 1 rail, and he got to the corner. But he got good. Now he needs angle for angle. Angle on the 5, get to the 6. Angle on the 6 to get to the 7. He's going to get all that. Oh, he trickled 1.
Yeah, he didn't hit that one clean. And the lead will move to 9-4.
Jayson stuck on 4. Looked like he was rolling along real well. Never got past 4. Another trickle.
Just a little shake of the head from Van Boening. But no danger. He's broken 8 times in this match. We're going to see his 9th. He hasn't been dry once. And what a comfortable lead.
Well, in case he loses this match, he has to win another match, and he'll be in the finals. Jayson is. Wing ball again, soft break. Wing ball, and not only did the wing ball go, the ball behind the wing ball followed it right in. It was like a race to the pocket. And again, he doesn't have a great shot on the 1. And Jayson is thinking, let me get to the table. I could still win this. But Shane is cruel sometimes. He won't let the opponent get to the table. Well, you want to shoot a bank at this and then play a 2-9 combination? Because that's where he's going to be going if he decides to shoot the 1. He's going so good, he might just shoot the 1. How about no might? He made it. What a shot. Now, does the 2 pass the 4?
Not if his body language is any indication. He just doesn't want to have to relinquish the table at all. And you know what he's looking at? He's lining up a 2-4 combination, hitting the 2 dead on. Boy, that would be adventurous.
I don't think he's going to do that, Jim.
Yeah, that's what he was getting down, eyeing up, Danny.
Well, let's see. He's feeling good, but I don't know if he's shooting that shot. Now I know. And he didn't make it. You know, that was risky. You know, he's been playing really solid, and I didn't expect him to take a chance like this, because now he let Shaw to the table, and Shaw is a pretty potent player. You know, you might be sitting a while yourself now, Shane. I'm surprised he used that kind of judgment.
He could have locked him up.
He could have.
But such is the way Van Boening thinks so, Danny, and we know this. He just doesn't want to bring his opponent out of his chair at all.
You're right.
He doesn't just want to beat you. He wants to grind your bones.
Yeah, he's a killer. There's no doubt about it. He's a killer.
Finally and mercifully, it ends for Jayson Shaw. Secures a rack win, and with it, the break.
I think Shane was a little too anxious to get on the hill. He's going to be 2 games ahead or more. Well, Shane's sitting there with a sly grin on his face. I don't think he means to grin. Because, you know, playing players like this, he beat you 4 in a row to start with. He beats you 4 in a row now, it'll be a tie ball game. Well, he copied Shane, but it didn't work. He took something off the break, and he doesn't do that. But it didn't work for him. Maybe it only works for right-handed breaks.
Scary statistic. Van Boning's broken 9 times. Successful every time.
Well, the ball stopped funny here.
But Jayson Shaw, Danny, has broken 6 times, and 3 of them have been dry.
Look at this speed. He saved them.
What a touch.
Look at the way the balls are sitting.
Jason's best finish in the U.S. Open, 9th place last year. This is his 5th.
Well, he was still kind of new in the country when he did that, but when he first came here, he was beating everyone around New York City, including Earl Strickland.
Good.
Oh, look at this. Yeah, but he didn't get really rewarded. He made a ball and he got the people to wake up, but he didn't get a great shot here. Can he cut this in? How do you fall on the 3 if you do cut it in? And he did cut it in. And that's how you fall on the 3. Although it's not an easy shot, he can have position. If he makes it, it'll go in either corner, I believe. The left-hand corner would be the best shot because that brings position automatically. Well, Jayson, you cannot afford any misses. That ain't going. Yep, that one was not going from the get-go. Not an easy shot, especially when you're losing 9-5 with a great player like this guy.
No, but it was a chance he had to take.
He had to. Of course he did. Look at that stroke. This guy can do anything he wants with this cue ball. And he's a great bar player. Yeah, he got the angle he wanted to go one rail, play the 6 in the same pocket. 7 to the 8 is the only hope Jayson has. He got the right angle on the 6. You got to get good on the 7 to get good on the 8.
No, I think Van Boening is such a talent. If he ever started to impose himself on an international level, I think this young man has the capability to be seen as one of the greatest players of all time. I think he's got that much talent.
I agree with you. Well, do you draw the ball now or do you go forward with a high ball? I like going forward because you're going the path of what I call less snookerdom, if you could understand that. No, he's going to draw it. This path, he could get snookered. I like going forward on that shot. You know, he went a little far. He's going to lose the cue ball. He's going to have to go 3 rails if he shoots it. Now you're winning 9 to 5. This is a little bit risky. You could shoot straight on and stick behind the 9 also. I wouldn't fault him if he did that. Well, he cut it, went 3 rails, and he's going to wind up pretty good.
But this is what I'm talking about. Like that was very tricky. And he just gets up and makes it look like it's a walk in the park. And he's on the hill. 10-5 and breaking for the match. And Jayson Shaw is glancing back over, maybe, to see who his next opponent will be.
That's what he's looking at. He wants to know who is going to win over there because that's his next opponent. And over there is Lee Van Corteza and Niels Vian. Neither one of them is a gimme. You're not going to get by them, especially after you got beat on by Van Boening. Of course, this match is not over yet. I've seen worse things than this happen. But
you know, it's funny, Danny, this match started about 40 minutes late. It was scheduled for 1 o'clock, and the people weren't even coming in until about 20 after. They were all standing in line as we see another big break from Van Boening.
Well, he doesn't have a real good shot at the 1, but he does. And position goes with it, so if he pockets the 1.
But Shane has a chance to win this match in
right here.
Such fashion, though, that he gets us back on time. The 3 o'clock matches would be pretty close to being played at 3 o'clock.
You're right. If the other match ends, we don't know how fast they're playing over there.
Shane always thinks of the match schedulers when he plays. That was supposed to be a joke, Dan.
Ha ha ha. Problem is, I'm supposed to do the jokes. Well, he banked at it. Look where the cue ball's going. It's going right behind the 3.
Perfect speed. Perfect speed, well played. And only a kick from the right-hand side of the table.
Shaw's waving around with his right hand, and that's rare because he's left-handed. That's supposed to be a joke, too. Okay, how do you hit this 1? I think if you hit high ball to the right of the side, it's going to go too long. I think you got to go a little bit low to hit it, and he knew that. Oh, boy. They're not going good for him. Shane falls on the 2. This match is over.
No, but Jayson's got to stay positive. He's not done yet. And you don't want to take all that negative energy into another match.
You're right. Yeah, see you later. Well, it looks like after taking the lead 4-0, you got beat 11-1. Nothing to be ashamed of. This guy is a killer.
Van Boening actually won the first rack. Jayson
Yeah.
went 4-1 ahead.
Then he lost 10 in a row, or he got beat 10-1. Either way, Shane is going to get 11 before he does, and he's going to be more than 2 games ahead, which you need to do. Played at 2 rails so he can get this angle to go to the 6. It wasn't an accident. He will know the right paths to go.
And the one bonus, if there are any for Jayson, is he gets to play his next match back on this table.
And I think you're going to see a powerful draw stroke, 1 rail to the 7 in the side. Well, actually, he got to the corner, more on the 50-yard line, but I believe he'll shoot it in the corner, soft draw it past the side, and he'll have the 9. No, wrong again, Diliberto. Shut up, Diliberto. That's my name.
To close it out. And what a performance from the South Dakota Kid. The handshake from his roommate. 11-5 win over Jayson Shaw. He will have dinner, sit back, and see who he will meet in the final. Terrific performance from Van Boening.
Shane, quick word.
That was about as good as you've played on this table.
I don't know. I don't have much to say. I got a funny roll. It went to my way. So
Yeah, when you miss balls, they rolled well. Jayson, it's got to be tough when you're rooming with the guy and you've got to come out and play like that, though. But you get to go have dinner and wait for the final.
no, I take care of him. I straighten him out and make sure he gets in the fight good in the finals.
All right, big hand for Shane Van Boening, everyone. He's through to the final.